Hello! Starting the stream a few minutes early just to go ahead and get set up. Hello, welcome to the stream. Still waiting, I think, for people to join, hopefully. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining if you are joining today. Today I'm going to work, mostly on art for my stream, because if you didn't know and you are new to joining, I am updating my mascot from this fun little pink cat-eared character you see to a shark-themed character, like a sailor shark-themed character, and because I'm so original, that is quite literally just what I am changing my tag on. Everything to Sailor Shark, basically. So today will basically be spent drawing a lot of that, and I thought that it might be fun to talk about stories if they come to my brain, because sometimes I'm short on brain cells. So I thought that it might be fun to do stories while I draw. That way it fills the the void of silence. Let me check what on my to-do list there is to draw. Okay. I think like the first most important thing to work on today would be to work on my my PNG tuber, because I want to get a VTuber at some point, but I know that that'll take way longer. And I don't necessarily have the software I want to use for it, because the current drawing software I have doesn't have like a symmetry tool, and I know that a symmetry tool comes very much in handy when you're making a VTuber. So I don't think I want to make a VTuber yet, but I need to update my PNG tuber with the new design and everything. So we shall do that first. So let me get this to connect to my drawing app. Come on. I also will need to figure out how to stream, like, from my laptop or my phone, maybe? Or not my laptop, but, my tablet, because part of a story time while I wait to try and get my, there we go, okay. So, I need to try and figure out how to stream from a laptop, which I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be able to figure it out. But the current, or not from my laptop, I keep saying laptop, from a tablet, because a while ago I bought a tablet from this kind of sketch website, but I knew it was trustworthy because one of my friends had bought a tablet from it. So I was like, okay, cool, my school endorses it, like, I'm gonna check it out and use it. It was like $200 cheaper than buying an iPad from Apple. It was like an iPad, but it was just a refurbished one, so like already been used and returned type of thing. And then like set up to be used again. So I got it, and I purchased it and everything, and it was supposed to arrive on 2-day shipping. I got a screen protector with it, and so I had a screen protector, and I had the screen protector with it, and I was waiting for it to, come. And it was on 2-day shipping to ship to my house because I was gonna go on spring break soon. So this was like beginning of the month, like end of April, more like. And so I was like, okay, it'll be at my house when I go home, and it will be there, and I'll be good. And so I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything because it'll be there, and I'll be all set up. So I leave it alone, and I try to track it, and the screen protector tracking number says that the screen protector's arrived. But the tablet tracking number just keeps saying delayed, like even 4 days after it's supposed to have been delivered. And I was like, okay, maybe the tracking number is just being wonky, and it actually is like delivered, and I don't have to worry about it. It's just not saying that it's been delivered, but it was delivered with the with the screen protector, because the screen protector and the tablet did not come from the same place. The tablet came from Texas and the screen protector came from Maine, I think. And so I was like, okay, they arrived at the facility the same day, so I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it'll come and everything will be fine. It's just being wonk right now. And so I was like, I don't need to worry about it. I'll check it out and worry about it when I get home. So I go home for spring break. I go up to my room because my grandma said I had packages, and I was like, okay, cool. That has to be like the screen protector, the Apple Pen that I got, because I got an Apple Pen for like $13 off of Amazon, and it works great. Works on my phone, my laptop, everything perfectly good. And it came in a pack of 2, which I didn't know. Maybe I should have read the description better, but I was happily surprised. So I was like, okay, cool. It's probably like everything I need, including the tablet. I go up to my room and the Apple Pen is there. The Apple Pen is there. The screen protector is there. Tablet isn't. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. I wonder why the tablet isn't here if it arrived on the same day as the screen protector did. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to check the tracking number. Once more, still says delayed. And I'm like, okay, I think FedEx is closed right now, so I'm just going to call them back on Monday. I did not know that FedEx is open on the weekends as well at that point. I found that out later. So I was like, I'll just call on Monday. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm sure that it's just delayed at to some level. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll check it out on Monday and see what's going on with it. So I leave it alone. Monday rolls around and I'm like, okay, I need to call FedEx so I can get my package and like check to see what's going on. FedEx does not give you an option to like talk to a human representative, and they do not make it easy on you to talk to one. I had to go to my granddad, who's like a pro at that stuff, and be like, hey, I can't get it to let me talk to a person. And he was like, you have to hit this key and then say representative a bunch, and you just have to like keep messing with it and doing the same thing over and over again. And then it'll let you talk to a person. And I'm like, okay, great. Glad that this is much harder than it needs to be. So I do what he tells me to. I mess around with it a bunch. I keep saying like representative and hitting the same number over and over again, because I'm like, I'm not gonna try and talk to a robot, because the robot just gives you the option of like tracking the package. And so when I tracked the package through the little like robot that they have answer the phone, it was like, our last update that it was at the delivery facility. And that was the last thing we heard. And I was like, okay, well, that's the last thing I heard too. That doesn't help me. So, I get hold of a representative and I'm like, hey, I have a package that was supposed to be here like last week on a 2-day shipping thing, and it still isn't here. I've seen like FedEx trucks drive through my neighborhood and stuff, so I know that they're delivering something to other people. So like, why isn't my thing here? And the FedEx representative is like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me see what we can do. They are like, I'm going to try and call the facility that it says it's at, and I will come back to you when I get a call for them, because they wanted to transfer me to the facility that it was supposed to be at, so that way the facility could tell me what was going on. I was like, okay, cool, I'll just wait on hold. So I wait on hold, and like 2 seconds later, they pick back up and they're like, so your facility isn't answering the phone. We're gonna just send them a report with your phone number, and they should call you back. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. You know what, maybe they're understaffed or something. And the one that I live near is really, really understaffed because of COVID stuff. Like I looked it up to be sure, and it's like the one in my state and like one other state are having the worst shortages, because they are having some of the like worst COVID rates in their employees and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just wait for a call back. And so I wait. I even try to call the facility myself, because I'm like, this is the only facility that pops up near me when I try to find FedEx. So like, I would assume that they would let you call the place that your package is at. The place I call is like, oh, we don't have a package with that tracking number. We are also only this specific type of facility, so we can't, help you with that. It's very possible that it's at a different facility. They don't tell me how to reach the other facility, and I'm like, okay, cool, my bad. So I end up calling customer service again and being like, oh, hey, I filed a report earlier this morning, and the person who filed my report said that the facility that's like near me wasn't answering the phone, because I was really confused about what they meant when they were like, we don't have a package under that tracking number, and like we might not have it at all, and it might be at a different facility. And so I like called customer service again, and I was like, oh, hey, like the people who like helped me file my report earlier said that the place that they like were trying to transfer me to wasn't answering, but I just called and they answered. And customer service like didn't answer that for me. They didn't say anything about that. They were just like, oh, well, we see your report. You need to wait like 48 hours and you should get a call back. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll wait like the next 2.5 days. If I don't get a call back by X evening, then I'm going to call again. So I hang up and I leave it alone for a bit. After the amount of time that I was waiting for had passed, I still haven't gotten a call back, and I'm like, okay, cool. I need to call them again because they still aren't like calling me back. So I call again and I'm like, hey, it's been like 3 days since I filed this report. Can you help me out? Like, I filed this report. I still haven't gotten a call back from the facility, and I'm starting to get like really paranoid about this package. And so customer service is like, oh, well, like they're mandated to call you back by now, so we'll submit a formal investigation on them. And I'm like, okay, because there was already a case filed for my package, and now they have to file another case, but this one's a formal investigation. And so at this point I'm just like, I just want my package, dude. Like I don't understand why we need to do all of this extra paperwork when I literally just want to get my package. And they're like, we'll try to call you back after this report gets handled. And I'm like, oh great. Another time span that I get to wait. And at that point, it had been another few days since they had called me back about that report, and I complained about it on Twitter, as one does. And if you follow my Twitter, you will know that I complained about it on Twitter, and then FedEx replied to my tweet. And they were like, I didn't mean to do that. They're like, I'm a person from customer support, please DM us so we can try and handle this issue. And I was like, okay. So I DM the FedEx Twitter, and they're like, please send us your tracking number so we can try and find the package. And I'm like, okay. And the guy is like, okay, I see your case number, so I know that you filed the case. It's lost. And that's all the information he has to tell me. And he's like, it's lost. Contact the place you got it from, and they'll reimburse you. Or you need to see their policies on reimbursement or whatever. And at that point, I'm like, it took you all, like, over 2 weeks just to tell me that my package was lost. Took you over 2 weeks to tell me that. So I contact the place that I got it from, and I'm like, hey, FedEx said that they lost my package. Here's like the tracking number and the case number they gave me. Here's my order number from when I bought it from you all. Can I get like either a entire refund, or like, can you all send me a new one? Cause like, I don't know, like I like, just help me at this point. And so they email me back after, I think it was like a day or so. The place that I bought it from emails me back, and they're like, okay, we're sending you a new one. You should be getting a new tracking number for it soon. I kind of get a new tracking number for it. I signed up my phone number for FedEx update, so it's easier for me to keep track of it. And I leave for college. And I'm like, okay, I have a tattoo appointment on Saturday. So tomorrow I have a tattoo appointment, and I was like, I'll just go home, Um, when I'm in the area for my tattoo appointment, because the place that I'm going to my tattoo appointment for is close enough, I'll deal with it. So I go back on campus and I'm really frustrated about it, and I'm like, I just want the thing that I got. Then I get a notification from FedEx that I have another package being delivered to my house. The only packages that I was getting through FedEx were the tablet and the screen protector. So I was like, okay, maybe it's like the new tablet and it's not actually like a different package. Lo and behold, I now have 2 tablets because the second one randomly appeared and is now at my house. And then the second one, like the original one that was lost got delivered, and now the second one's been delivered. So now I have 2. One of them I'm giving to my friend because she has been stuck with a Chromebook for way too fucking long. So I'm giving her one of the tablets so that she has a different thing to use. Because Chromebooks are awful. I hate them. I used them briefly. I spent like over $100 on a Chromebook when I was in high school, and I hated it. I'll tell you now. Here's my thing. If you genuinely like using Chromebooks, good for you. Go for it, I guess. I hated the Chromebook I had. They're so hard to get desktop things on. They're so hard to get games on. They're so hard to play anything on. And same goes for Apple, in my opinion. Apple laptops. I feel like Apple laptops are really hard to get other software on. So I don't ever want to have an Apple laptop. I like my laptop, or like iMac. That's what, like the MacBooks. That's what I mean. Not the Apple laptops, but like MacBooks and stuff. I don't like them. I understand to a certain extent, like using them in schools, because the first high school that I went to, we used MacBooks for our like graphic design, like computer science class or whatever. So the second high school I went to used Chromebooks and stuff for students. And so it's like, at a certain point, I understand using them for schools, but I feel like that's all they should be used for. They shouldn't be used for like actual technology, because they kind of are really bad as actual technology, in my opinion. I don't know. I really don't like Chromebooks or MacBooks as like devices that you can use the same as laptops or something. So like, I really don't like them as like actual devices, because I feel like they're really, really limiting in a lot of unfortunate ways that make it really hard to use them as laptop like replacements, I guess, or laptop substitutes. So like, if you want a laptop, just get a laptop. Don't get a MacBook or a Chromebook. Just save up enough to get a laptop. I definitely come from like a more privileged position. Like, if you need technology and the best thing for you to do is to get a MacBook or a Chromebook, by all means necessary, if that is the only thing that you can get and you need something, there is no shame there. If the only thing you can get is like a Chromebook that is given to you by your school, or a refurbished MacBook, or like a hand-me-down or something, like, there is no shame there. I am just saying this out of a place of personal preference and personal use, people who prefer using them over laptops. I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will, because I really don't like the way that they work, and they frustrate me a lot, just from like seeing other people use them. So I'm just like, why would you use that instead of getting a laptop? So like, if you don't have the financial ability to like actively save up a shit ton of money to get a laptop, that's totally fine. This is very specifically a comment on like, you have enough money to like save up and buy a whole brand new MacBook and everything, but like, you're choosing a MacBook over a like full gaming drawing laptop. Hello! Hi, Martin. Welcome. I'm so sorry. I don't know how long I've been rambling since you got here and sent that. Hi, Martin. I'm currently doing the art and just rambling about tablets and electronics. I told a story, but I am recording this stream, so I don't think I'll retell it. I'm recording the stream because I plan on uploading it to YouTube. Oh, Martin, if you have Discord, you should join my Discord server. I can give your YouTube channel a shout out there because I really want to do more fellow creator shout outs, and I don't have that many friends in there that I can shout out. So if you have a Discord, you should join. But the arting is going good. Thank you. I'm currently working on updating stuff for all of my streaming things and my mascot. His name is Sailor and I love him. He's just a little dude. He is partially inspired by Mary, who Martin knows, and some of the other people who watch my stream know. She is a sweetheart, and I love her, and she started calling me her little sailor lad because I wore a sailor uniform to class one day. And I was immediately hit with how infatuated I am with sailors, so now I have a sailor shark-themed mascot. I am not accepting any criticism at this time because he is perfect. If I change him, I change him of my own accord later on. But for the time being, I am in love with him. But yeah. I would love to join Discord. So I know that on desktop, are you watching the stream on desktop or mobile? Because that will impact how I can tell you how to find a link. Yes, I love Mary. But because if you're on desktop, it'll be under the stream. I'm not sure where to find it on mobile, is the thing. So if you're watching it on desktop, you're watching it on mobile, okay. Let me see if I can figure it out from my phone. Okay, I gotta update my Twitch app because it's not updated. I don't watch my own stream on the app. I watch my own stream within a Safari browser because I don't feel like opening the app. So, give me a minute. Because usually, the stream, the link to my Discord server on desktop, if you just scroll down, it's beneath the stream. But in my, on the server, on my phone, it is not set up like that. Why does it? Oh. I had to make sure that my stream was still functioning okay, because my phone likes to pretend like it's crashed. Granted, my stream crashes a lot because I don't have enough money to get my laptop really nicely upgraded, because what I would like to do is be able to get a full desktop setup. Okay, so, okay, on mobile, okay, give me a second, okay, so if you're watching on mobile, trying to figure out, okay, if you're on mobile, if you see my username beneath the stream, right above chat, if you click on my profile picture username type of deal, if you click on it, it'll take you to my Twitch profile. What you'll do from there is you'll hit about, because it'll be it'll have my username, streaming, my bio, my followers, my Twitter, my Instagram, and then beneath that there'll be a scrolling bar of things, and one of them is home, one of them is about, and if you click on about and you scroll down, there's socials, and then donations, and then Discord server. Discord server is what you'll click on, I think. Hello, is it not linked? I thought it was linked. Give me a second. It doesn't look like you can click on it through mobile, which makes me sad. So give me a second, because I'm going to open it up on desktop real quick. to see if it's actually linked or if I'm crazy. Because I could have sworn that Discord server, like the image for Discord server, I had a link embedded on it. But it's very possible that I didn't. Actually, that's going to take up too much energy from my laptop. So, Martin, what I'm going to do is or for anyone else who is watching but not in chat, I'm just going to try and send the invite link to, oh, it worked! You can join! Oh, yay! I'm glad that it worked. Okay, it was linked. I just couldn't click on it myself. Yay! Okay, cool. There's a little rules area. All you have to do is read over the rules and then react to the message that says to react to it with a little strawberry. I need to change the emoji that's on that because my aesthetic has changed, but I'm not going to change it till later because I'm lazy. Oh, that's fair. That's valid. Understandable. But yeah, I can give you the role for like rule follower after the stream is done, and then you can partake in stream, like stream community. And then I can give your YouTube channel shoutouts because I have a little area of the server that's called creator shoutout, but I don't have enough people that I'm like friends with that I can shout out inside of the server. Like I shouted out Jenny's streaming like channel, but they haven't streamed in a really long time. And I really need to host daily creator shoutouts more often. But I will give your channel a shout out after the stream is done, like once I can add you like the rule follower thing and everything. So in the meantime, we continue to art. But, because, like, I keep getting worried that my stream's gonna crash without me knowing, because my drawing program is lagging on my end. I don't know how much it's lagging on, like, the watching end, but for me, it'll just, like, lag and then, not shutter, but, like, jolt to what I'm doing and like catch up. But so I keep worrying that that's like my stream lagging and not working, and then I panic and I'm like, oh no. Yeah. Because I was talking about this right before we started talking about joining the Discord server. My computer does not handle my streams the best anymore. I don't know if it ever did, but it does not handle them the best because it is kind of old and getting to a point of age where it does not function the best. Put in the lightest terms. And like, don't get me wrong, I love my laptop. She's good. She serves her purpose. She functions. And she works fine for like everything else. Everything else I need her to do, she is great on. It is quite specifically... Oh, thank you so much. Where can I follow your stuff on YouTube? I do not have my YouTube channel fully set up yet, so I do not have that linked anywhere. I'm currently recording the stream so I can upload it on YouTube because I want to start uploading my VODs. But my YouTube is not fully set up at the moment, and I need to do that. So my YouTube is not linked yet. Chances are you might see me tonight, this weekend, or in the future, send a link to my YouTube within the Discord server. But at the moment, I do not have a YouTube setup to be able to use yet. But I should have one set up soon. Yes. But I want to have one set up soon, especially because I want to be able to like get to a point where I can do not just streams, but like actual YouTube videos of like speed paints and stuff, because I think that those would be really nice to do. And then I can like, you know, mess around with it, and also like obviously upload my VODs because I think that that's fun and I like that, and it can help give traction to your account. But yeah, so I do not have a YouTube yet. I wish you could like add GIFs to PNG tuber or VOD tuber. I don't think you can. You might be able to. I don't think you can. I don't know. I just think it might be cute to like have my little stylus here when I'm drawing, like moving around and stuff. This is like this is just like the back of my laptop, which I like to have in view on my little PNG tuber. I think it's fun. I think it's cute to include. But yeah, I'm also really excited for the summer because I'll be able to stream more. Like I'll actually like be able to dedicate a lot more time to streaming and working on stuff. And I also, this was shared in my Discord server, but I have a Ko-fi now. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know if people pronounce it coffee or Ko-fi, but it's Ko-fi. I have a Ko-fi now because Etsy, we know, is not the greatest. They take a lot of money away from the creators on their website. But I couldn't really find anywhere else that was good for shopping on or like selling stuff on. I think I glanced at Shopify, but it was still like a it wasn't like a search tool where people could search up your work. It was quite literally like just a place to like list things and then hope it got seen. So, you know, I was like, I don't really like, especially because I'm not familiar with this, I don't see a lot of people like recommend it or talk about it, so I don't think I'm comfortable selling on there because I don't get that many sales on Etsy anyways. But like still I don't know that much about Shopify. I know a whole lot more about Etsy type of feeling. But I do know that Ko-fi is a thing, and I wanted to have one for a really long time, and then I just kept forgetting that it existed until recently when I bought a like a profile code off of it for a website that I use, and so I was like, oh, what if I like set up a Ko-fi? Because you can sell like digital files on there. So what if because I started selling coloring pages on my Etsy, like just PDFs of coloring pages. So like, what if I just like sold coloring pages on there until I figured out how to sell physical items on there? Because you can also sell physical items on Ko-fi, like keychains and stuff. And like, I looked it up and everything, but I don't know how to do that part yet. I just know how to sell digital files. But so I set up a Ko-fi, and I now am selling my coloring pages on Ko-fi, so people can donate to me through there and purchase my coloring pages without supporting Etsy as part of the creators protest. So that is an option now for people who wish to support me but not support Etsy. They're like little cat in a jar coloring pages, and I think they are extremely cute, but I drew them, so I feel like my opinion might be a little biased there. Sorry, I am checking notifications that I have because I need to make sure, because my phone's on Do Not Disturb at the moment, so I'm like, I need to check and make sure that I am not missing anything that is entirely important. Okay, cool. Didn't miss anything important. Dropped my drawing stylus though. Doing great. But yeah, so I've rambled so much. What are some other story times that I can share? Oh yeah, so Martin knows these story times. This story time. But so I do tarot card readings. I practice witchcraft and everything actively, and like I identify as a Hellenist and a pagan, but mainly an omnitheist as well. If those are big words you don't know, then I very much recommend educating yourself on those terms. I am sure I will get off on a very long tangent if I try to explain them. Well, okay, so paganist and Hellenist are actually pretty easy to like just define super simply. I could like go on for days about like intricates of them, I guess, but to put it simply, paganism is witchcraft. It doesn't necessarily require a god or anything. It's oh boy, the tarot cards. Yes. So I need my pen to work. There we go. Um, stop, 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 stop. There we go. Sorry, I needed my fucking drawing stylus to function properly. Oh god, I didn't even mean to do it like that. But so, I practice witchcraft, paganism. Hellenism is like the Greek gods. Hellenistic tradition is Greek tradition with like Apollo, Aphrodite, Artemis. I am mainly a practitioner that works with Apollo, Persephone, and Dionysus. On occasion, I work with Athena. I started working with her during the summer, so she's relatively new, and I don't work with her a whole lot. But regardless, I work with her from time to time. And then sometimes I work with Hades in tandem with Persephone. And sometimes Hypnos, but Hypnos is very, very rare, as is Hades. It is mainly Persephone, Apollo, Dionysus, and then Athena. But so those are the gods I work with. Apollo is the god of oracles and divination and stuff in Hellenistic tradition, or at minimum the god of oracles. And I very specifically want to do like oracle work, which includes tarot cards. But so I do tarot cards. And my school has this event that's called Unity Fest, and it is an event where clubs go to like show off themselves and host events and get people's attention. And like it's sort of like a thing that we do at the beginning of the year for freshmen to show freshmen what clubs there are on campus, but it's for like currently attending students. So I guess that part of it is like just to provide a huge festival where everyone can get involved and like enjoy May term basically. But also to like bring more traction to the clubs and give them more attention for like their efforts and their hard work and the stuff they do. I went to this event representing one of the clubs that I'm a president for, which is a religious advocacy and diversity. And Martin is in that group with me. He's on the exec board with me, and they came up to me during the event, and I was doing tarot card readings, and I asked Martin if they wanted a tarot reading, and they were like, yeah, sure, and they decided to do a week ahead. Now, at this point in time, so many people had gotten their shit rocked by the cards. I had one person come up and ask for a soulmate reading, and the cards basically said, you are your own soulmate. Please don't try to pursue a relationship. And then I had another person who came up and asked to do a relationship reading for a relationship that they had literally just gotten into. And the cards were like, maybe don't do this. Like, maybe don't have this relationship. And then her friend's reading was like genuinely pretty sweet and wholesome and nice. And then like Martin and I had another friend who I don't remember if their reading was before or after Martin's reading, because they had gotten one reading for a relationship, then they had gotten a week ahead reading after Martin, and like that type of thing. But so Martin got their week ahead reading, and I sit down and we're doing the week ahead reading with him, and like very few people had any luck with the cards like saying positive things about sorry, I heard loud noise. I need to make sure it's not my sweet mate's cat doing stupid shit. But I think it was just a car running over a puddle outside because it's really raining. But so, Martin and I do a tarot reading for their week ahead. And it gives Martin a whole character arc. Like, it was so chaotic, and because it was like, oh yeah, you're like, your next day is gonna be amazing. You're gonna have an amazing time. Like, I think, like, so the week ahead spread, the way that it's done in the book that I do is one card for the week as a whole, and then 7 cards, one for each day. And if I remember correctly, I think it was the Tower described Martin's week as a whole. Correct me if I'm Because I don't remember if that was yours or Jay's week ahead. And we were immediately like, oh no. But even if it wasn't the tower for Martin, it was another card that we were still like, oh wow, this will be great. So we do like, yep. It was defined by the tower, and we were immediately like, oh, that's an amazing sign. Wow, okay, cool. And like the first day is like, oh, it's gonna be an amazing day. It's like a great day. You're gonna have an amazing time. You're gonna do something great. And then like the next card is you let that great thing get to your head, and now you're gonna like fall on your ass because you let it get to your head. And like once more, I would like to like inform people that the way that I use tarot cards is not as a word for word promise of what will happen, but rather advice to be given, or to be interpreted by your own design. So it's not like a Jay's was the high priestess. Yes, that's right, because Jay's did not make sense for their week as a whole. But so, like, I just want to clarify that, like, tarot cards are not something to be taken entirely literally the way that I practice them, at least. I know that for some people they practice with them differently, and that's absolutely okay. But with my usage of tarot cards, I do not take them as absolute. I take them as advice. I take them as to be interpreted. I take them as intuition. I do not think that they should be used to, like, live your life by, or used in the sense of like they will always be literal and they will always be right, because sometimes the cards can be wrong, and that's okay. But so but like at that point it was like Martin was gonna have a great first day, and then it was just gonna be shit afterwards, and like just card after card after card was like, no, that one thing that like after you let it go to your head, now it's just a bad week because of that. And like the very last card was like self-reflection, and it's like, oh great. Fantastic. Because Jay's was defined, our friend Jay also got a tarot card reading for their week ahead, and it was defined by the high priestess, like a card of trust your gut, you need to trust your intuition on what's going on, like be there for yourself, understand what's happening around you type of deal. And it like isn't a bad card. It was like just a general like keep your head above water, know what's going on, like trust your gut feeling on things, trust your intuition when something's wrong. And Jay was like, okay, cool, like that's fine, because Jay has like a bunch of stuff going on this weekend, and like they have a bunch of stuff that happened last week, and so it was like, yeah, like be prepared to like trust your gut on those things and be ready. And so Jay was like, okay, cool. And then like every single card was like, you're having an awful week, it's gonna be so bad for you, it's gonna suck. Because it was like a card of difficulty, and then a card of financial instability, and then a card of abandonment, and then like I think that the last day of their week was the same card as what Martin got. I think it was another hermit for the very last day of the week, which is so funny to me. If I remember correctly. But it was just like every single card was awful, and it was like the day that they were going to have financial instability, where the cards were like, don't spend any of this money or you're going to regret it, is like on their friend's birthday and Mother's Day. And it was like, there was a card that was like, you're going to overwork yourself and have an awful time and like work yourself sick. And that's on the day they have a paper due. And it's like, it was so awful. So many people had such a, like, there were some people that came by to get readings and had an amazing time. Like, there was one girl who came by to ask about a relationship she'd been in for, like, 3 years. And it was like, oh, you're gonna have, like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, you should be really happy about this relationship. Like, you all are really healthy together, and it's a great relationship. And, like, one guy came by and asked if the girl that he was with was the one for him. And the cards gave him, like, the card of hope and renewal and dreams and like new beginnings and stuff. And like it was like, oh, so these people are having a great time, like these people get it good. And then it was like so many other people just had an awful time because the cards were so mean to them. And it was so funny to me. But yeah, that is the story time of how I spent my Wednesday this week. It was great to watch everyone get their shit rocked. I would love to do tarot card readings on stream at some point, maybe. I think that would be fun. Jay and I can be introspective, broody. Yes, be introspective, broody buddies together. Do that, please. I feel like that's needed. But, like, I think that it would be really fun to do tarot card readings on a live stream at some point, maybe. Like, I need to go check if this cat is doing something stupid. Give me a second. I'll be back. I need to make sure that he's... Okay, we're good. He's behaving himself. I guess that's just noises that I'm hearing outside. But yeah, I think that it would be really fun to do tarot card readings on live stream. Or I really also like the idea of selling tarot card readings, because I think that can also be like a really fun, chill way to earn a little bit of money. And it could be a thing of like, when you order them, you can pay to have them done on a live stream. So like you can have that like live aspect of it where it's given to you in the moment or something, you know? But yeah, so I think that would be really fun to do at some point in the future when I have like a better streaming setup. Tarot card readings on Twitch would be great. My friend Ida also does that sometimes. She helped me get into tarot. Nice! That's really nice. I definitely think that it would be really fun. I think that it would be really cool. And I would really like to do more things when I get a bigger audience, but I don't want to expand the pool of what I do until I get more people. Because I think like the main thing I want to do when I stream is draw and gaming. And it's very possible that that might change in the future, but like the biggest thing that I want to do is drawing on stream. And that's like the biggest thing that I want to do. But that's not the only thing I want to do. And so I want to expand what I get into, but I'm also worried about putting a lot of effort and like time into something and then be really sad when it doesn't get as much. But I've gotten a lot better at putting a lot of effort into something and then just being proud of it for like proud of myself for doing it. Not necessarily that people see it or are as happy about it as I am, but like that people that like I did it and it's something that I'm proud of regardless of how like other people interact with the media that I make. Because it's like I love drawing and I finally gotten to a point where I'm like I don't necessarily care if my art is like famous or if my art is like highly recognized and desired. And it's like, do I want that? Yeah, I do. Like I really do want my art to be recognized and appreciated and liked, but I understand that it can be really, really hard to get to a point where your art is like appreciated and liked to the point of being famous artwork. And so I understand that like my chances of that are low, but that doesn't deter me anymore from wanting to pursue my art because I can just be proud of myself for doing it and be like, oh well, regardless of if other people like it or not, I enjoy doing it and it makes me happy to do. I put it out there because would it be really nice to be able to get to a point of where that work is famous? Yeah. I love the idea of like being able to make money from my art and from streaming. And I try really hard to support other artists and other streamers and like buy content from them and support them when I can, and like to support very specifically smaller channels on YouTube and on Twitch, because as a small creator, I understand how important it is to support other small creators because it's thundering in Indiana, gross. But I understand how important it is to support other small creators, so I want to support them as much as I can. And so I try to really hard because I understand the desire to like be a small creator and be a successful small creator even. Um, but like it can be really hard, and I understand that. So I've gotten to a point where it's like, even if I always have a small audience, even if I like never get a big audience, I enjoy making content. I enjoy the content I make, and I enjoy the stuff I do. And I think that that's the most important thing, is that I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm proud of it. And I am. I'm proud of however much community I can cultivate. I'm proud of the work that I do. I'm proud of the thing, like the projects that I produce. I'm proud of those. And so even if my audience never gets super big or anything like that, I'm still happy with what I've done for myself, because I want to be happy for what I've done for myself, and I want to like genuinely feel excited about the projects that I work on. And like when I first got into drawing, and like my whole priority was like, is this content gonna get me interaction? Is this gonna get me likes? Is this gonna get me the attention that I want? It made me feel like I couldn't create the content that I liked, because I had to create whatever was reaching best at the time. And so I think that it's a lot healthier to have a view of, no matter what I create, I should be proud of it. And if I'm not creating content that I'm proud of, then why am I creating content? And like obviously other people are free to have like their different views on that. If you are doing content creation strictly to get money, not necessarily for enjoyment, then go for it. Make it your career, not your passion type of thing. And that's fine. Like, go for it. Go off. Get your bread. Like, I'm happy for you that you're able to make something out of that. But I think that if you want to do it for enjoyment, then it's a lot healthier to be able to say, I'm doing this because I just want to like enjoy it, and I'm not doing it necessarily for building an audience. Like, would building an audience be amazing? Oh, absolutely. Like, I personally love the idea of building an audience and a community and like being a more popular artist, because I want to make consistent money from being an artist. And you usually have to build a community to do that. But you know, I feel like I just keep repeating myself because I keep forgetting what I'm saying, and so then I say the exact same thing like 5 times. But you know, we're doing great. In some ways, I prefer having a smaller community as a creator. Those are the people who stick with you and care. That's very valid. That is a very valid point. Oh, that was one of the points that I was gonna make. That was like, if you're making content that you're proud, like that you're not proud of, like I don't know. I don't want a community that isn't going to appreciate the content I make. So I would rather have a small community that all enjoy the content I produce than have a huge community that don't necessarily care about me or my passions or the things that I care about, you know? I feel like a lot of the time, a lot of big creators get like a lot of fan base that dehumanize them and don't treat them as people or understand that they have passions aside from the things that their audience is interested in, which really sucks. Like I listen to a lot of YouTubers and like commentary people who criticize the habit that we have of like idolizing these online creators because they're famous. Sorry, the wind is making my room make weird noises and it confused me so bad. But like, for so many big creators, they have these audiences that don't care about them. I think it's starting to rain. I need to close my window. Sorry, had to shut my window. But once more, repeating myself for the billionth time. A lot of big creators have audiences that dehumanize them and idolize them in a way that's really unhealthy, not only for just the creator, but for the audience as well, where it gets to a point of like, they let those creators get away with like really awful things. And amazing examples can be like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, David Dobrik is one of the more recent ones. And it's like, I understand, like, appreciating the content they create or whatever. Like, I get that. Trust me, I get that. But the problem is that they're still humans and they can still be flawed. And that's where the idolization comes in. But at the same time, with that idolization tends to come dehumanization of those same creators. One of my friends is a part of a much bigger channel, but she started a new channel from scratch because the bigger channel's audience was more distant and had more trolls. Yeah, that's another one of the issues. And that's very valid. And I think that if the internet was a better place, which absolutely wishful thinking, but it's definitely very unfortunate that like and I love a lot of the art community. Do not get me wrong. I love a lot of the art community. I genuinely love following a lot of other digital artists on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and stuff, and enjoying the content that they produce. But I also see the drawbacks that they experience, and I see I see the hate that gets made in those communities a lot, and I think that that's my biggest fear of joining the internet. And like, I know that some commentary YouTubers are like, well, just don't say anything controversial and then you'll be fine, and it's like, but it's not the same for artists. It's not the same for everybody. Because like recently there was the kid on TikTok who's like literally only 13 years old, and there were people like in their TikTok comments and on their Instagram harassing them and like saying really offensive, awful things to them just because their art style like wasn't good by certain people's definition. Like that their proportions weren't exactly realistic, so that meant that they deserved to be harassed. And it's like, that's awful. When did we start saying that that was okay? And like, there were artists, like big artists being like, oh, well, it's just a joke, and like, it's fine. Maybe they did, like, kids deserve to be bullied a little bit. And it's like, no. Like, that's a whole other tangent that I know that some people say it as a joke, where they're like, oh, well, like, kids need to be bullied at some point. It gives them character growth or whatever. But, like, it's fine to say it as a joke sometimes. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna police what you joke about, you know? But you need to understand, like, as someone who is a victim of really severe bullying that severely messed up my life very early on and made things a million times harder for me than they had to be, it is never okay to, like, genuinely advocate for bullying and be like, oh, well, they deserve a little bit of it. And it's like, no one ever deserves any of it, because it's an awful thing to experience. So, like, I get saying it as, like, a dark humor joke sometimes. Whatever. You're gonna say things as jokes, and I cannot stop you from saying things as jokes. What upsets me is when there are people who genuinely believe it or use it as a defense to, like, harmful actions or whatever. And, like, there were people insisting on this 13-year-old, like, this 13-year-old deserved to get harassed because their proportions weren't realistic. And it's like, I really don't care if their proportions are realistic. They're a child doing art, and art is so subjective and is meant for, like, people to enjoy. So, like, I really don't like it. And it's like, as much as I love the art community sometimes, I really hate it other times. And I, like, especially on TikTok, there has been this desire to just find reasons to harass people on the internet. And it's like, I don't like that. I really don't. I think that there is a morally gray area when you are doing it to someone who is, like, morally deplorable. Like, to a certain extent, I can understand it. Like, I can understand it, not necessarily justify it or say that it's okay. With YouTubers like Jeffree Star, who is, like, proven to be really stuck up and, like, racist and everything. But, I can kind of understand it when you're like going after really large creators that are awful people. I don't understand it whatsoever when you're looking at small, like anyone, and you're harassing them and bullying them over something that is like just a personal style that's like not harmful in any way whatsoever. And it makes me so uncomfortable, and I wish I could enjoy the art community more. And I'm like, I want to be able to make a steady amount of income from my art and stuff, but I look at those things and the environment that gets bred in the art community, and I'm like, I don't necessarily know if I want to be a part of that. And like some of the drawbacks, because I really like drawing fan art, but I'm also so scared of drawing it like regularly, because I follow artists that used to draw fan art regularly, and like once they do it, their fan base insists that like they're owed more fan art, and the artists have to be like, hey, like I was in that fandom for a little bit, but I'm not anymore, and you all need to respect that. And it's just so sucky. Sorry to get into like a storytime blabbering session that like is so much more heavier than my usual like content. But yeah, I really think that I would enjoy doing art professionally and getting paid for it, and like I do get paid for it sometimes. I get commissions, and I wish that I got more, and that's part of my reason for wanting to build a base, is that I want my art to reach more people, because I don't think I'm a bad artist. I think that my art is desirable by some people, and I think that there's an audience for it. I just have to manage reaching an audience type of deal. But yeah. Content creating and all of that stuff can be really hard and really difficult to like maintain and exist with. But it can also be really fun when it's done not necessarily right. It can be really nice when you have the right amount of luck. Because I think the biggest point with content creation is luck. There's a certain extent where it's not luck, but there is a portion of luck built into it, that if you want a big following, you have to be lucky enough to reach that following. Which, can be rough, but that is a very large part of content creation, is luck and trying to be lucky enough to build an audience. Because there are so many content creators who never make it, or who never make it the way they want to, But like, I think that having communities online can be really nice with the right amount of luck. If you're lucky enough to grow and cultivate like a really good audience, and if you have the right amount of luck to really build an environment that makes you happy, I think that it can be really, really great. Talking so much today. So now I gotta make the next version of this, which is the version where he's speaking. I totally prefer gaining an audience that shares my passions over doing other stuff just to have an audience. That's fair. That's fair. I feel that. I would rather have an audience that enjoys what I create, no matter what it is, because they like that I'm enjoying it, than have an audience that's following me just because they want me to create certain content, And now we dive into silence as I focus on drawing this little creature's mouth. I've also I've started experimenting though with new art styles. Um, I had my boyfriend send me a list of like his favorite artists and creators and stuff, so that I could try and replicate other ways of shading, so I could explore my style, um, and like adventure with it. Mainly shading. I like the way I shade sometimes, but I really think that a different way of shading could make my art very nice. And so I started experimenting with how I shade recently, and I think it's been going pretty well. I want to try other styles too because I like the one that I've been using. Um, but I'd really like to explore more, which I need to do. I I think how I want to go about exploring. I don't like how that mouth looks. I think how I want to go about exploring is make a base piece. Like just make a sketch doodle type of thing. Um, what are some of your main visual influences? That is a fantastic question. I don't really know. I did not really use a lot of visual influences directly when developing my style. Um, there was one artist that I really liked when I first started drawing that I do not remember the name of. I know that they ended up being a very controversial artist to support, and I kind of drifted away from their art after that point. But like they definitely influenced a lot of my earlier stuff. I think one of the big reasons that I drifted away from them is because they had a very nasty habit of claiming any style similar to theirs as like copying influence, and like that saying like that it wasn't okay to do that and stuff. And so a lot of people like kind of started drifting away from them because they had a very bad habit of being like, well, your style is similar to mine and that makes you a bad artist, and it means that you're copying my art and like stealing my art. And people had to be like, that's not what that is. But they influence my art style a lot. They have like the longer lash style of eyes, like very, very blushy characters. The way that I draw hair is based off them because all of their designs have like very big hair, very big soft hair. PLNA is an anthro artist that I have started to take influence from. They do NSFW art mainly, but I really like the way that they shade, and I think that it looks really cool. He's so funny. But so those are some of them. Let me actually look at my Instagram and see what artists I take influence from. Squiddy Inks, I guess. Squiddy Inks I really like to use as influence mainly for stories rather than art. I like their art style a lot, but it is not an art style that I think I would personally draw in, if that makes sense. Their art is really nice, but I really like very long lashes, like very soft, fluffy looking lines. And they have more of like a sketchy, rough line style. Like no eye, like very few characters with like really long eyelashes. It's a part of the way that they use character design. A lot of animes that I watch end up influencing my style. One of the first ones was Tokyo Mew Mew, which like impacted my desire to create huge eyes on my characters. I am looking through my Instagram to try and find people that I use to inspire the way I draw. I don't know. because a lot of them are like subconscious. Like I follow a bunch of artists that will have similar styles and then just replicate all of the things I like about all of them, I guess. I developed a new way to draw blush, but I don't remember what artist I learned that from. Is the problem there? Hmm. Yeah, no, I can't think of many off the top of my head, and I don't really see any that have been like huge influences. I guess maybe Frimmy and Stein um is one of them. Hyodomeru is one of them. I just like the way that they draw in general. Their art tends to look very nice to my brain. Yeah, I genuinely can't really think of many off the top of my head or anything. I'm trying to scroll through and see which ones influence my art, but there definitely aren't a lot of them that influence my art. Like a lot of the artists, I follow a lot of artists that don't necessarily fit the way that I want to draw, but I still really like the way they draw. Okay, Smoky Papayas does a lot of My Little Pony art, and I really, really like the way that they draw My Little Pony characters. So I guess they would be one. Loppity. Loppity, I don't really interact with their content anymore, but when I first started drawing out, they were a huge influence for drawing My Little Pony and how I went about that. Because I really liked a lot of their headcanons. I really liked the way that they drew characters. Those are the big ones. I can't really think of that many. A lot of it came from anime, I think. And just watching anime and then seeing the way that they were, like, anime was drawn. Forgot to give him his head accessories. Dude. But yeah, those are the big ones. I can't really think of that many else, I don't think. I just don't, interact with that many artists that... Well, like, I interact with artists that influence my style. Do not get me wrong. But I don't interact with other artists enough to know how they impact my style, I guess I'm also really bad at, like, spotting the influence that they have on my art. Because my art style has also changed a bunch. Sorry, you're all gonna have to watch me fight my fucking stylus every now and then. But yeah, I'm just bad at pointing out the influences on my art because I just don't remember them. Because once more, my art style has developed and grown a lot in my opinion. I think I always had the same preferences for art, but I think that they changed a lot over time. Like I mainly changed the way I drew noses a lot. That was hardly ever the same at any point in time. Eyes were a big one because I knew that I wanted like huge lashes, but I could never decide how I wanted to do huge lashes because I needed there to be bottom lashes, but I for the longest time couldn't figure out how to get the bottom lashes to look the way I wanted them to. So it's just been a really long time since I decided what I wanted my art to create. No, I get that. I like a lot of things that probably influence me unconsciously but aren't my style. That's fair. That's fair. I have a bunch of art. Like, here's the thing, is that I I think that my preference in art is very obvious recently. With like, I prefer cuter things. I prefer like more anime style things. But I really like doing realism. I really enjoy doing like watercolor realism. I really enjoy um I really enjoy what was I gonna say? I like horror and gore. I really like drawing horror and gore a lot because that was almost all I drew when I first started drawing. So it's like I still really like finding artists that draw horror and gore in a way that I can still find really appealing. But the problem is that a lot of the artists that I do like that draw horror and gore don't necessarily fit my style, as you put it. And so I really like their stuff and I want to be able to replicate it, but I can't figure out how to without changing the things that I already like about my style. But yeah, art is a fun, funky little thing. But I think the funnest part is always developing your own style and developing the stuff that you specifically really like to create and emulate in your art. And like seeing how your art changes and everything, I think is always super fun. I didn't give him love. Oh, my sweet mate is back. My sweet mate is back, and Gomez is so happy to see them. He's so noisy. He's very happy for them to be home. He's always very happy for them to be home. He's a very noisy boy. On that note, I will be ending the stream soon, by the way. Usually I think I have my streams on Fridays to go till 8:30, I think. Hello? I got a little ding. Hello, Mickey. Hi, welcome to the stream. My friend Mick is now following me. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you enjoy the stream. If you would like to, I have a Discord server that you can join that'll keep you updated with anything that's going on. The Discord server, if you go to like my profile through mobile, so if you're watching it on desktop, it'll just be right beneath the stream. If you're on mobile, Martin and I had this journey earlier. If you're on mobile, click on my username, you go to About, and then you scroll down till you see Discord server, and then you click on it a bunch. And then it, at some point, lets you join my Discord server if you'd like to. Otherwise, I think a majority of my social medias should just be linked in my regular profile. But yes, thank you for joining. Thank you for following. Thank you so much. Right now, we're just working on updating my mascot for my stream. Because I recently changed my aesthetic from little cat boy to shark. So, currently working on that. But as I was just saying, the stream will be ending soon. My sweet mate just got home from work, but that doesn't influence the fact that I'm gonna end the stream soon. They got home from work and their cat was very excitedly meowing because they returned home, and I think he just immediately assumes that means dinner and or being held, which he's not wrong, but it's very funny to listen to him scream from the other room. But so I'll be ending the stream soon. I think usually my Friday streams are scheduled to go till 8:30, I think. I don't remember how I set it up, but this is the first time I've streamed in a while, and I've definitely had so much fun, and I'm very happy to be streaming again. I just will also want some rest soon, because I have a tattoo appointment tomorrow. My friend Z is going to be driving me. So I'll have a tattoo appointment tomorrow, and I will also be stopping by my house to pick up my tablet. And then, like, I think we're going to stop at the mall because our campus has a Vegas night coming up, and we're going to, Z needs an additional thing for their outfit. So we're going to stop at a mall so that way they can get the thing for their outfit that they need. But so the stream will probably be ending soon, just so that way I can get a head start on working on some other stuff, and just putting together everything, that I have to do this week. Because as Martin will know, this week is a very, very busy one. It's so great that it's so busy, but it's fine. But yeah, so the stream will be ending soon. But thank you for joining and thank you for following. I don't know if when you follow it automatically tells you when I stream. I think it does. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, there should be a notification bell somewhere, I think. Maybe. At some point in time. That, I think. I'm so professional at this. I know. It's great. Okay. I'm gonna color his face and do some shading, and then I'll probably end the stream or get ready to at least. Oh, I also changed the way that I do blush recently. Because I used to just take an airbrush and coat it on. So much stuff. Fun stuff, but a lot of it. Very accurate. Yeah, this week is a very, very busy one with many, many things and many, many changes that I will probably have to make. But as Martin said, fun stuff. Tells me automatically. Okay, cool. So that means that you don't have to hit a notification bell or anything, I don't think. It should just automatically tell you. But yeah. So I should be streaming Sunday. I stream just on the weekends now. I usually don't work on the weekends anymore, I don't think. Or no, I open the library on Saturdays, which I already told them I can't work tomorrow because I have a tattoo. But so, I am now like, I'll stream on Sundays because I'm not gonna schedule myself for anything on Sunday, so that way I can stream in peace. So that's it. Blush. I'm gonna move this here. But yeah. So the stream will probably be ending very soon, so I can go continue working on things and getting some rest. Yes, I just want to do a little bit more work on this before I stop. This took so much longer to work on than I anticipated. I usually don't know how long it takes me to work on my art, so I really, really underprice myself on commissions because I never keep track of how long it takes me to draw, and I have really bad time blindness because unmedicated ADHD. So my time blindness is god awful. So I don't know how long it takes me to do art, so I really severely underprice myself because I feel like it takes me a lot less time than it actually does. But doing this on stream has reminded me of how long it actually in fact takes me to do these things. Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight on his face. I also need to do, well, I'm gonna do his bags first because his eye bags are a very important part of this. Don't know why I changed from pink to blue, but I sure did. Well, I don't think I changed from pink to blue. I think that I changed which one I like more. Because I still really like pink, and I already own too many pink things in person. And I might make a pink version of this so that way I can still use the character. But I don't know why, but at some point I just really started liking blue more than I liked pink, I guess. Because I've always liked both. I like a majority of pastels. I really like lavender, I really like pastel green, really like yellow. I love pastels of any kind, but pink and blue were always my favorite pastels. But so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and save my progress. My computer is screaming at me. She is so noisy. She is yelling. Gonna wait for this to save. And then I am gonna try and upload this VOD on YouTube tonight. And once it's uploaded, I will post that it's been uploaded on my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my Discord server. And probably try to advertise it on Ko-fi too, maybe. I don't know how Ko-fi works, but I'll advertise it a bunch of places, like the places that I can. But people should be informed of when it's uploaded to YouTube. But so that is going to be all for tonight's stream. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for vibing with me and enjoying this stream. I appreciate all of the support I get. I appreciate all of you. It means a whole lot. I really hope you all had fun. If you get a chance to join my Discord server, feel free to engage in chat if you ever want to. And that is going to be all for tonight. Thank you, Martin. Have a great night. Thank you for joining, everyone. Have a great evening. I will see you all again on Sunday.